U2 with No Line on the Horizon, the title track from the current album, and selling tons of tickets for their live show. And talking about live shows, this gentleman is in the studio with me at the moment. Jimmy from Doves will be selling out a big gig tonight at the Olympia. Looking forward to it?
Yes, we are, yeah. It's always good to play.
It's, you're no stranger to coming to Ireland.
No, this will be our fourth time, I think, at the Olympia.
Mm-hmm. And they love you over here.
Do they?
Absolutely, they so do. It's been quite a gap between records. Was part of that gap kind of discovering what sort of album you guys wanted to make?
Yes, I guess it was. After playing together for so long, it's been about 19 years if you count our first incarnation, Sub, and this time we had about 4 months off, which I don't know if it was wise to do it, but it was necessary after literally probably our first 4 months off in 8 years. So I think we felt we'd earned ourselves a break, but then just getting back, we started it in earnest in April 2006, and it just kind of, the first things that you write, you kind of know that they're probably going to go, but you have to get the ball rolling and get the juices flowing, and so it just took longer than anticipated, just to try and prize new sides out of each other after knowing each other so well.
Mm-hmm. I suppose there's something about this album, though. There's a different, listening to it, and I think the best way to listen to albums is in the car. I definitely listen to them on the way home from the radio station and the way back in the next day, because you got no interruptions listening to music in the car. There's a different density to this album. It's like you've broadened sonically, isn't it, really?
Do you think? Right. I'm so close to them all,
yeah.
So, but it's funny you say about car driving. Yeah, I mean, we were mastering it in January in America. We didn't go, but and we compile it. We always go on long drives. We'll just do each of the CDRs of and the compilation of the sequencing. And it was such an album we didn't know what was going to start. You generally have an idea, start, middle, and end. We still compile it. I still think of records like side 1 and side 2. That's how.
Do you think it's important?
Very important, the sequence.
The sequencing of the album.
It's always been dead important to us, and more so now in the age of downloads, we still really think if the idea is if you've got the time and the patience, try and listen all the way through. If you're into it, that's the idea. And so we didn't. Suddenly, Jetstream became the first track, and it started to slot into the pace. But we were literally swapping CDs between the three of us. And then Compulsion a song called Compulsion nearly didn't make it, and I was like, you're crazy, we've got to put that track on, it's so different for us. But so we finally sort of almost like wrestled it it made sense. It's like laying out sheets of paper on the floor and standing over them and singing the songs, because they are so, Jez said in an interview, schizophrenic but strangely cohesive, and I think that's, that feels right, that statement.
Do you, when like you just mentioned there, as a creative band, when you go into a studio to make a record, an album of music, and it is an album of music, 12 tracks, from one right through to the end, do you get annoyed at the way, the downloading culture of taking tracks from an album? You're obviously aware of that. I mean,
yes.
Because I think when most bands create a record, it's like you go out and buy the album, you listen to it from track 1 to the end.
It's your intention to make a great album. If I'm sure that's every band's intention. But I understand some people are going to pull off the favourite track or the favourite single, and I understand it, and it's unstoppable. I don't know. The only thing, so much has changed since we've put out a record. And I just worry sometimes that music's almost wallpaper to a lot of people, really. It's background, and it's no longer, people don't balk at hearing bands on adverts, and we've always been really wary of all that, Kids think, I'd think like, it's kind of like selling out in a way. I mean, I'm not a hypocrite me, I'll probably, get a massive big... No, but we've turned down a lot of dough over the years for adverts.
Yeah.
The only one me and Andy wanted to do was Tetley Tea because we drink it, but Jess didn't want it.
That's real.
But it's like, it's funny, but it's no longer considered unhip even to do it. And we're always really wary. It's a dead... It's funny, I don't know what it... But also, downloading it, some kids almost expect things for free. And I don't know, it's just, there's loads of... But it's so
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm not too sure.
No, I don't think it's a good thing, but it cheapens art, and I'm not saying that because obviously... I'm general, it's things like Amazon as well. I like buying books for half their retail price because they've got the power to do it. But it's cheapening some guy who's spent in his room for 4 years, slaving over his novel. It's funny where it's going.
And you know, one of the things we were just talking about this earlier on this afternoon, what I like about Doves is that there's some kind of mystery to the band. When I was buying records and getting into music initially, there was always a lot of bands that I purchased, albums that I bought from bands that I just didn't know a lot about. There was a lot of mystery to the music, a lot of mystery to the bands. But nowadays, via the press and then radio and TV, I mean, they're selling all sorts of stories. You know, oh look, I'm off to Paris, so... You know, Britney goes to Paris, it's making big headlines. You almost know all of the acts these days. But there's a certain mystery to Doves, isn't there?
Yeah, well, we're not. I mean, when you talk about... no one's going to be following me around with 8 cameras, are they? It's not... We've never been about that, and it's never going to happen, you know. And we're totally comfy with that. It really is about the music. And it seems that these days it's almost uncool. It's just, what's the angle? That is the angle.
Yeah.
We're musicians, we write songs, you know, and that's what we do, and that's what we're most proud of or most passionate about. So, but yeah, I'm a good guy. I love it myself. I don't have to know about every the minute I've... You know, it's, I like that mystery too, and I like pouring over sleeves. It's all there.
Yeah.
If you choose to look, it's all in the song.